When it comes to defending themselves against non-academic accusations, college students are fighting an uphill battle. Today, many students accused of misconduct are deprived of basic due process rights, such as the right to legal representation, to question witnesses, or to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Hi, I'm Shannon Watkins, and this is a Higher Education Moment, a video series presented by the James G. Martin Center for Academic Renewal. Today, we'll look at how colleges and universities unfairly treat students and faculty accused of non-academic misconduct. Abuse of students' due process rights originated in an Obama-era Dear Colleague letter. The letter provided rigid and authoritative guidelines that require colleges to employ a preponderance of the evidence standard when judging cases of sexual misconduct. That standard meant students could be penalized, suspended, or expelled if it is more likely than not that sexual harassment or violence occurred. A far cry from the traditional clear and convincing or beyond a reasonable doubt standards employed in courts of law. Fortunately, some progress has been made in protecting students' rights. The Department of Education, under Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, repealed the guidelines. A new guidance letter now allows, but does not require, colleges to use the clear and convincing evidence standard. However, many university administrators have announced their intention to continue using the lower standard, which means that students across the country will continue to be penalized, suspended, or expelled if campus courts determine that it is more likely than not that sexual harassment or violence occurred. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, for example, still uses the lower standard. To shed light on the lack of due process on college campuses, the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, or FIRE, released a report entitled Spotlight on Due Process, analyzing the disciplinary policies of the top 53 universities in the country. The results were dismal. In the report, FIRE defined 10 fundamental elements of due process and graded each university according to how it met those standards. Among the criteria were the right to cross-examine witnesses and the right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. Sadly, none of the university's adjudication policies received an A grade. Among its findings, FIRE reported that nearly 74% of America's top 53 universities do not guarantee students that they will be presumed innocent until proven guilty, and only 43% of universities require investigators or fact finders to be impartial. Additionally, in the investigation of sexual misconduct, 87% of the universities met almost no due process standards and received either a D or an F grade. Despite the radical academic climate that rejects reasonable due process protections, there are steps that can be taken to prevent violations from happening in the future. Alumni, trustees, student groups, and legislators should pressure administrators to consult FIRE's report in order to see where improvement is needed and then make policy changes accordingly. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. And if you wish to comment or learn more, feel free to contact my colleagues or me at www.jamesgmartin.center. Thank you.